will tell you more of the saga of Noggin the Nog, as it was told in days of old by the men of the Northlands as they sat by their great log fires. I told you how Graculus and his family lifted Noggin and Thornogson over the glass mountains into the hot water valley, and how Ronth, the little man, took them to his house and hid them in a trench in his garden. And I told you how the dragon came close by them, muttering, and then flew off into a high valley, and Noggin and Thornogson set off to get a closer look at it. The Nog stopped on the top of the hill and looked to see if they could see the dragon. "Is it up the top of the hill, Thornogson?" "I can't see it anywhere. Is it down the bottom, Noggin?" "I can't see it anywhere." "Nor can I." "Oh, goody, people! How do you do?" The dragon's breath blew on the Nogs, and his breath was colder than ice, because he was an ice dragon. And in an instant, the Nogs were frozen together into a block of frost. "Oh dear, I've frozen them. Quick, I'll thaw you out." Picking up the Nogs gently in his great claws, the dragon flew down the valley to the geysers, the steaming hot water spouts that give the valley its name. Very gently, the dragon sat the Nogs by one of the geysers. Slowly the steam from the geyser melted the frost, and the Nogs began to thaw out. Oh dear, I'm most frightfully sorry. I do hope you're all right. I really must be more careful. I was just so pleased to see you. I knew there must be some people somewhere in the valley, but do you know, I've been here 3 weeks and I've not seen a soul. It's been most extraordinary, just as if the people have been hiding from me or something. I do hope they haven't. I should be most upset to think of people hiding from me. It's not as if I was an angry dragon. It's just I want to go back to bed, and I can't. It's too aggravating. I haven't been to bed for 3 weeks. I do feel tired. Imagine not going to bed for 3 weeks. I do wish I could go to bed again. I really do wish I could. Now, don't cry, old dragon. We'll try and find you a bed. Oh dear, here I am chattering on about my troubles and we aren't even introduced. I'm Grolly, a small dragon. My home is, or was, a cave over there in the mountains. Oh, how do you do? I am Noggin the Nog, King of the Northlands. The little people of this valley, who are very frightened of you, have asked me to see if I can do anything to get you, well, out of the way, so that they can get on with their farming. Frightened of me? I was only looking for somebody to talk to. Oh, how silly they are. Well, they're very small people. Much smaller than we are. Oh, well, perhaps that's why. But I do wish somebody had just said hello or something. I've been asleep for 1,000 years, and now when I do wake up, nobody will speak to me. It's not as if I ever did anybody any harm or anything. I'm just an ordinary small ice dragon, established clerical grade. Oh, it's really too silly of people. Oh, I say, do forgive me carrying on like this, but really I am just a bit upset, you know. Yes, I'm sure you are. It must be most vexing. But I'm sure the little people didn't want to upset you. It's just that people are rather nervous of dragons, and there have been some rather fierce ones, you know. But they didn't know you weren't that sort. Still, let's not worry about that now. What can we do to help you? Oh, would you really help me? Oh, I should be most grateful. The most terrible thing has happened to my cave. Oh, do you think you could come and let me show it to you? I could carry you. You could climb on my head and hold on tight, and we'd be up there in 2 shakes. I don't think I fancy getting too close to that dragon. Oh, I think we'd better. He's very sensitive about rudeness. So the Nogs climbed onto the dragon's cold head. Hold very tight now, please. Look, over there. What do you see? I see a cave mouth, with smoke coming out of it. Yes, you see, smoke. 1,000 years I slept in that cave, and I would gladly be sleeping there still. It was a delightful, ice-cold place for an ice dragon to sleep. But one day, about 3 weeks ago, smoke started creeping into my nose as I lay there, and the cave became warm. Yes, warm. I had to come out, or I might have thawed out and melted. Ice dragons have to stay cold, you know, or they just melt into a jelly. I've tried to go back there time and again, but each time it's still been smoking and warm. I do want to go home to bed. I do want to go home. All right, old dragon. We'll see what we can do. Come on, Thornogson. Wood smoke. Somebody's making a bonfire in there. I wish I'd got my jousting lance. I must have dropped it when the dragon blew on us. Well, I'm rather glad you haven't got it. Our friend the dragon would be very upset indeed to think that you had brought a special spear for killing dragons. If I were you, I'd keep quiet about that spear. Well, I don't much fancy going down into that cave unarmed. You're not unarmed. You've got your sword. But anyway, I'll go if you're frightened. Frightened? Of course I'm not frightened. And drawing his sword, Thornogson crept to the mouth of the cave. Here is a strange sight. Here is a treasure beyond all the treasures of mankind. What was that? It was Noggin's wicked uncle. It was Nogbad the Bad, who had been banished forever from the land of Nog for his wickedness. And now, here he was in the dragon's cave. He had a golden shovel in his hand. By the light of the bonfire, he was shoveling the dragon's jewels into sacks. And as he did so, he chuckled to himself. Riches beyond the dreams of wickedness. Jewels for the ransom of 100 emperors. Listen, I will tell you more of the saga of Noggin the Nog, as it was told in days of old by the men of the Northlands as they sat by their great log fires. I told you how Noggin and Thornogson, with Graculus and a little man called Ronf, travelled to the Hot Water Valley to rescue the little people of the valley from a fierce dragon. I told you how, after many adventures, Noggin and Thornogson met the dragon. It wasn't a fierce dragon at all. It was a small ice dragon, and it had been driven from its cave by smoke. So Thornogson ventured down into the cave. He found it full of treasure, with gold swords and cannons and heaps of jewels. And by a bonfire Thornogson saw a figure he recognized. It was Noggin's wicked uncle, Nogbad the Bad, who had been banished forever from the land of Nog for his wickedness. And now here he was in the dragon's cave, shoveling the dragon's jewels into sacks and chuckling to himself. Riches beyond the dreams of wickedness. Very quietly, Thornogson crept back out of the cave, up to where Noggin and the dragon were waiting. There's your Uncle Nogbad in there. Nogbad? Yes, and there's jewels, millions of jewels, and treasure and gold and silver stuff, masses of it. Treasure? He's not stealing the treasure, is he? Oh, my goodness gracious, he mustn't do that. That would be too awful, too awful.
What treasure is this, Dragon? You didn't tell us you had a treasure.
Oh, dear, no, it isn't mine. I haven't got a treasure. No, it's much worse than that. I am the treasurer of the DFS, you know, the Dragons Friendly Society. And that is their treasure.
What will happen if it's stolen?
Oh, dear. I shall lose my position, of course. It's so hard for a small ice dragon to get a job nowadays. But worse than that, the dragons would all come out of retirement from the fiery caves and grottos and volcanoes where they live nowadays. And until they had collected a new treasure, just as rich as the old one, they would rampage. Yes, rampage and beleaguer, and wreak vengeance, breathing fire and fury over all the lands of mankind. It would be really most inconvenient for everybody.
Oh dear. What shall we do?
You'd better go and have a word with him, Noggin. Look, there he is. I say, not bad, not bad. I'd like a word with you if you've got a moment.
Come on in, Noggin.
Oh, all right, Nogbad. Wait for me.
And Noggin climbed down the rocks towards the cave mouth.
That time, I only loaded it with gunpowder. Next time I shall put in diamonds and rubies as well, and they will cut you to shrebbons.
But not bad. Listen to me. That treasure in there, it belongs to the Dragons Friendly Society. And if you steal it, the dragons won't be friendly anymore, and they will rampage again through all the lands of mankind. Rampaging, beleaguering, and wreaking, and all sorts of horrid things like that.
A fig for your friendly society. There's riches here beyond all my dreams, and it's mine, all mine. Tell your silly old dragon to come and get it if he wants it. I've got the cannon waiting for him.
Oh dear, isn't he just too nasty? I wish I could blow on him. Just once.
Well now, what do we do now?
I don't know. We can't get in. But as far as I can see, Nogbad can't get out, as I expect this is the only way into the cave. So I suppose all we've got to do is to wait until Nogbad gets hungry and has to come out. He can't eat jewels. So the Nogs and the dragon settled themselves comfortably in the rocks and waited for Nogbad to come out.
Noggin. I say, Noggin.
Eh? Huh?
Noggin, Draculus has gone off somewhere with his family. He says there will be green birds about. If you want him, you can send one of them to fetch him.
Oh, righto, Ronf, thank you. Have you seen any of your people?
Aye, they're beginning to come out of their hidey holes now.
What are you whispering for, Ronf?
Him there, the dragon.
Oh, him! No, he's all right. Jolly decent dragon. Just wants to go home into his cave. Come over and meet him.
Oh no, I don't think I'd care to do that. I'm a wee bit nervous of that dragon.
Oh, come on, don't be shy. He'd like to meet you. Dragon, this is Ronf, one of the little people who live in the valley. Oh, isn't he small? I had no idea the people were so small.
I'm not small. I'm just not a giant like these Nogs.
Of course, yes, I quite understand. It's just a question of how you look at it, isn't it? I'm very sorry if I've harmed your crops, but I was looking for somebody to talk to. There's a horrid man come and smoked me out of my cave there, and now he's inside there stealing my treasure. We're waiting for him to come out. I'm going to breathe on him just once and turn him into a raspberry water ice.
How did he get into the cave?
Get in? I don't know.
From the size of you, I should say you pretty well block up the cave when you're inside it, don't you?
Oh, yes, I make a point of it. It wouldn't do to have people wandering in and finding the treasure.
All right, then. So this nasty man must have got in some other way. And if he got in some other way, he may have got out the same way. He may be miles away by now.
Oh, dear, what shall we do? We'll just have to go into the cave and see. Yes, but supposing he's hiding there behind that cannon, loaded with diamonds, waiting to blow us all to pieces. Oh, what a silly dragon I am! Oh, silly, silly me! Oh, silly, silly me! There now, that's done it. You can go in now. Listen, I will tell you more of the saga of Noggin the Nog, as it was told in days of old by the men of the Northlands as they sat by their great log fires. I told you how Noggin, Thornogson, and Graculus journeyed to the Hot Water Valley to rescue the little people who lived there from a fierce dragon. And when they got there, they found the dragon wasn't fierce at all. It was a small ice dragon who had been smoked out of his cold, comfortable cave where he had slept for 1,000 years, guarding the treasure of the dragon's friendly society, by Noggin's wicked uncle, Nogbad the Bad. And I told you how Nogbad set up a cannon in the mouth of the cave and fired it at Noggin, so the Nogs couldn't get into the cave, and they just had to wait outside the cave for Nogbad to come out. But Ronf, the little man who had guided them to the valley, said he thought there must be some other way into the cave, as Nogbad would never have got into the cave past the dragon in the first place. Nogbad might have escaped with some of the treasure already. So the ice dragon flew over to the cave mouth. Taking a deep breath, he blew on the golden cannon with his icy breath. And as the frost formed on the grass and stones of the cave, the Nogs saw the cannon covered over with frost until it was a solid block of ice. Then, drawing their swords, the Nogs and Ronf crept down into the black mouth of the cave. Cautiously, inch by inch, they made their way along the tunnel into the big cavern where the treasure lay. My goodness, look at all that. What a lot of golden jewels. But there was no sign of Nogbad the Bad. The embers of his bonfire were still smouldering, but Nogbad and his sacks had disappeared. Some of it's gone. The heap of jewels was much higher than that. Oh dear, what shall I do? Well, the first thing we'd better do is to find Nogbad. Nogbad, come out from behind there.
From behind where?
Behind anywhere, if he's hiding behind anything. There's not much he could hide behind, is there? It all seems quite solid to me. No secret doors or anything. Are you all right, Thormogson? I'm all right. Come on down. There's a rope ladder there, a little way down.
go this way and see if we can catch Nogbad. We'll try and get word to you if we catch him.
I'll wait outside on the top of the mountain.
Noggin and Ronf climbed down the rope ladder into the dark. The hole was like a chimney. It led down to where Thorn Oxen was waiting for them on a sort of shelf. Come on. There's another ladder over there. Look. It's a diamond in a gold setting. You must have been here. I know this place. This is outside the valley. Isn't this near where we left the dogs? Yes, look over there. There's the hut we made for them. But the dogs had gone, and so had the sledge. There were footprints in the snow around the hut, and the trail of the sledge leading away into the forest. Nogbad's taken our sledge, and our dogs. What a rotten trick. What do we do now? I don't know what we can do. We'll never catch Nogbad on foot in the snow. He's probably miles away by now. I expect he's heading for the pass into Lapland. Look, over there, beyond the trees. Aye, and look up there. It looks as if they've spotted him. There's a dozen of them flying around him. He's heading up the pass into Lapland. Aye, and here comes the dragon. After him, you horny lizard. Bite his ears off. The dragon's got him. He just blew on him and he's a block of ice. That evening, a cold, sad, bedraggled Nogbad carried the last sack of treasure back into the dragon's cave.
Sign this paper, Nogbad. It's a promise not to steal anything ever again. If you sign it, you can go. But remember, it's written on dragon paper. And if you break the promise, the dragons will know. And they will come and see to you. Noggin the Nog, thank you. And you, Thorn Oxen, and Ronf, and Graculus, and all the green birds, thank you. You have given me back my cold cave and the dragon's treasure. And I am really and truly very grateful. Noggin, take back to your country this present from the Dragon's Friendly Society. It is a gong. It is a magic gong. Beat it with gold and call out, "Come, dragons," and dragons will come to your aid. Only Noggin,
Yes, dragon?
don't beat it unless you really need to. You know, most of us are pretty well retired now and sleep most of the time. Oh, dear. I beg your pardon.
Dragon, my people have blocked up the other way into the cave. And they are here to say how sorry they are that they were hurried to you. But as you're tired, they won't make speeches. They'll sing you a lullaby.
Oh, that sounds most delightful. Good night, all.
Sleep well, old dragon, said Noggin the Nog. Sleep for another 1,000 years.
And hold your tongue.